Greetings, my name is Tim Johnson. This is Recovery, Strength, Hope and Courage. 15 months ago, I was curled up in a dark room in my apartment here, afraid of everything. Not afraid to die anymore, more afraid to live. And my fears had overtaken me. I'd given up on everything, given up on life. I'd lost everything, in effect. My marriage was separated. My children didn't want to know me. I'd lost my dignity, my self-respect, my pride, my health. I was physically a wreck, dying, grossly overweight. I only ever left the apartment to buy drugs and alcohol, and that was just to ease off withdrawal. It wasn't to get any sort of happiness or high or relief anymore. It was more just to keep away the effects of withdrawal, really, and maintain me. I really did. I was thinking I've never really had suicidal thoughts before in my life, but it really was a case of death would have been a preferable option for me. But fears were holding me back, and I think with everyone with this journey that we make into recovery, and throughout the 30 odd years of addiction that I've had, most of the time what's held me back is fear, and that can be mostly, I think, for people, and it was for me to a certain extent, was the fear of withdrawal, and also the fear of living life on life's terms, if you like, living life with a clear head and feeling emotion again, and feeling all those hot things in life that come to everyone, all those hurdles and obstacles, having to deal with them with a clear head and to be sober, and not basically hide from life anymore like a coward. Which is what I certainly was, and like I say, I'd lost everything. It wasn't just money. I'd lost jobs, money, precious jewellery, but the most important, obviously, apart from my health, obviously, but the most important was my family and my friends, and they'd given me so many chances, so many chances, and every single time I'd let them down and let myself down, and I don't know what it was that turned it round this time, but what I had to do was face my fears, and I just want to get this across to everybody, because fears, and I'm sure you've all heard this before, but fears are phantoms. You have to find a way through your fears. And, the first obstacle is the fear of withdrawal. And yes, we all know, depending on how heavy your use is of whatever, whether it's drugs or alcohol. It was both in my case. I did mine separately, but separate withdrawals. But and again, that didn't work either. Really, I should have, but it was too dangerous really for me to withdraw from both at the same time, in my mind. But what happened is when I withdrew from the alcohol, and look back at my previous videos, I've made lots of videos on this. But when I stopped with the opiates, my alcohol consumption increased to a level which would have killed a normal human being. The same with my drug use. But fear was holding me back, the fear of going through that withdrawal again. I've been through withdrawal many times, but you paint a picture in your mind with fear, don't you? And the fears are all, as you know, all based on the past and on the future. You make pictures, they escalate, and it paralyzes you. It paralyzes you into terror. Inaction, you have to take action with fear, because inaction creates that terror and that paralyzing fear, and you never do it, you never accomplish it. And what I want to get across to you is that the rewards are so great into getting through this. And yes, withdrawal and early recovery are shit. They are hard to get through, they are tough to get through, and again, I've made quite a lot of videos on this, but I just want to get across today, and it always makes me tear up to say, I want you to have this, I want you to have what I've experienced. And a lot of people fall at this first hurdle because of their fears. They either don't face their fears and don't go through this. You have to dig deep. Withdrawal. What do you want to do? Do you want to curl up, and do you want to die? Do you want to lose everything? Do you want your children to look you in the eye with pride and respect and love again? Do you want your partner to do the same thing? Do you want to be able to hold your head up high and continue with your career into success? Do you want to have a healthy body and a healthy mind and a mood that's constant and happiness? Do you want that gap inside you to be filled with connection and with love and with, like I say, with peace of mind and happiness. Because all these things, including money, and including all those things that you've lost, will be yours again if you just stick this early bit out. You have to tough it out. You have to tough it out. You have to get through it. You have to say to yourself, you have to face your fears, because 9 times out of 10, they're not as bad as you believe them to be in your mind, or you build them up to be in your mind. You create these pictures, and the more you think about them, and the more you're not in the present moment, and you never are when you're on drugs and alcohol. When you're in addiction, you're never in the present moment. So you build up these pictures, and this fear becomes paralyzing. You'd rather continue. And as I said in my last video, it's a lot more bloody difficult to be in addiction than it is to be out of it. Because what being out of addiction gives you is a freedom that you'd forgotten about. You've forgotten about you have time to do things, you have a peace of mind, you're not rushing around constantly to feed your addiction, to find money for it, to steal for it, to find the drugs, to get the alcohol, to make the effort to get out, to get it down your neck, to constantly be feeling like shit and with a mood that's always black and dark and horrible. But not just that, the state of you, your appearance, the fact you're not showering, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not, people are looking at you with pity and disgust sometimes, particularly your own family. If you've got children and they look at you with pity and disgust, as mine did a couple of Christmases ago, when I went back and I couldn't even hold a fucking knife and fork because I was shaking so much, then that starts your mind thinking, it's more preferable to be dead than to go through this existence. So you need to face it, and fear is, spell out, just something easy to remember: false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real, fear. You build it up as pictures. It's never as bad as you think it's going to be. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. Of course it's not easy. You're going to go through, you might be sitting there now going through your sweats and you're vomiting and you're shaking and you're trembling and your aches and your pains and every muscle in your body is hurting, and you don't want to get up off a chair because you've got no energy to walk across the room. You don't want to eat. You can't sleep. You've got insomnia that's terrible. Yes, I know it's bad. But you've got to, what you want, go through a couple of weeks of uncomfortableness like that? Or do you want to go through the rest of your miserable life curled up in a ball somewhere and lose absolutely everything and just die and just that's no existence. That's no existence for anybody. And I implore you, please face your fears, or they will paralyze you. Go for this now. It's not easy. Of course, it's not easy, but you need to get your reserves together. Find that courage that that's within you, and grab your fucking life back. Grab it back, because this shit has taken your life away from you. It's taken everything you hold dear away from you. And I'm not talking about material things. It takes all those, yes, but I'm talking about the things you love in your life. It slowly rips them away and destroys them and hurts them. And it's not fucking worth it. It's not worth it. You need to find some reserves of strength and courage, because on the other side of fear lives your possibility. On the other side of fear lives your possibility, what you can become, what you can be. And I've got this freedom back. All these things after a year of sobriety, over a year of sobriety now. New friends coming into my life. My family coming back to me and slowly seeing that, I'm a different person with a different mindset now. And it's been hard, and it's been a fight, and it's been a battle, and it's a slow old process, but it happens. I promise you. If you hold on, you grit your teeth, and you get through that withdrawal and face your fears and get through and find some bollocks inside of you, some guts and some strength and some determination, and see what can be yours. And it will be yours. It will be yours. These things will come back to you. Your health will come back to you. I've lost 35 kilograms in weight. That's a massive amount, and that's with just stopping what I was doing, and it's motivated to exercise again. My diet is fantastic. My health, my general health improves every single day. I get stronger in body, mind and spirit every single day, and it's a continuing journey, a continuing process. I've got money again because I'm not pissing it up against the wall or spending it on drugs. I've got self-respect, pride, dignity, connection. I help other people. I give myself to other people first because I was a selfish bastard before. And because of that, I got self-worth. I get self-worth and pride in myself back. I've never had self-worth in many, many years. And that gap inside of me that always felt empty, that you know about that gap, you know about that feeling is filled. And it's filled with happiness, contentment and peace of mind and freedom. I've got new hobbies, new interests, focus. My mood is totally constant. I wake up and spring out of bed every morning with a smile on my face, positive and happy. A total turnaround in 12 months, and that can be yours. That can be yours if you face your fears. And I'm not different from you. I am absolutely not different from you. If anything, I'm a coward. I was a coward. I'm 57 years old. It's taken me till now to do this. Don't let it take you that long, because you will lose everything. Trust me. And it's by the grace of God that my family have now stuck by me, and I'm gradually trying to prove to them and earn their respect back. You know, and the only way I can earn that is continue this journey that I'm on. And I will continue it. I don't have any thoughts of going back to that, not any thoughts at all, or cravings. All that will disappear. Everything you feel in early recovery will go if you just hold on. The key to change is to let go of fear. The key to change is to let go of fear, and you will become the person that you should be. That possibility, that person you'd forgotten about, that was there many, many years ago before you started this shit. Please do it. You can have so much back in your life. Trust me, because it's happened to me, and I'd given up. I'd given up hope. I couldn't see this through the darkness 15 months ago. If anyone had said to me, or this to me 15 months ago, I'd have laughed. Well, I wouldn't have laughed because I'd forgotten how to laugh. So please, please, please continue. If you're in addiction still, face the fear, go into withdrawal, fight this, find some bollocks and some strength. And look at your kids, look at your family, look at what you've lost, and try and win it back, because you should not waste this precious life that you have. You shouldn't waste it, and don't allow this shit to take it away from you anymore. Anyhow, that's enough from me. Please, today, carpe diem, seize the day, make today that you make the change. Please, and hold on if you're struggling. Go into early recovery. Don't give up. Never give up. Never give up, because it will get better. It will get better, I promise you. Hold your head up high and get your self-respect and pride back. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.